The Lord of the Rings on Prime. I'm a little worried, and today I'm going to be talking about why you ought to be too if you are a Lord of the Rings fan. Are Amazon going to do us dirty? But as this is Gone with Gandalf, we're not going to be doing it inside here. We're going to go outside and get some nice scenery and see if we can actually find the man himself and get some answers. There are quite literally millions of Lord of the Rings fans. Like, the films came 20 years ago, the first ones, and everyone loved them. And like, the Lord of the Rings on Prime video series should be really exciting. So why does it make me a little nervous? Okay, well, I'll say what I want first off from the series. I would want something which fits the Legendarium and is true to the vision of Tolkien, if you like. So, and that's kind of it. It's quite a vague outlook. I'm open to new ideas as long as it fits with everything else that Tolkien has laid out. And there's a lot of stuff that he did lay out. So, another question to ask then, me as a Lord of the Rings fan that likes the lore, am I a part of the target audience? And this is something that you could maybe ask yourself as well. There's like the notions of inclusivity, okay? I want to be really careful what I say here. I'm not looking to offend anyone. And there's the talk of like inclusion of LGBTQ actors and actresses. And well, there's no way to dance around the issue. People who aren't white playing characters. Okay, so I'll address this point head on. I have no issue at all with LGBTQ people, actors, anything like that, playing, having roles. Certainly not. I'm not an imbecile. And equally, I have no issue against people that aren't white playing characters. I think that is equally ridiculous. But what I said at the start about I just want something that fits with Tolkien's Legendarium, with his view and things like that. I think having an LGBTQ character all being kind of presented in the lore, that would not fit the Legendarium. So you can have an actor playing a role, but you know, like, you're not gonna have like a gay elf or something, because like never has there ever been a gay elf in Tolkien's works. So I don't see how that would fit, and I think that would be a jarring experience for people to see that. I don't think this is perhaps the right medium. Equally though, having a character such as that wouldn't ruin the series. If you had a gay elf, it wouldn't ruin the series. It would just make it not wholeheartedly a part of Tolkien's view. Okay? Right. So moving on to other things. Same thing with black elves. Like, it wouldn't ruin the series. It would just not be wholeheartedly accurate with the lore. That's all I'm saying on that. Okay? But the lore is important, and I do really want them to respect the lore. Now, they had a fella called Tom Shippey. Tom Shippey, if you don't know, he's a real Tolkien scholar. He knows everything, pretty much, of the background of Middle-earth, things like that. So you employ this guy to work on your show to make sure that the lore is accurate. And what has happened to him? Well, he left the production company. He's no longer with them. He's no longer there to verify that things are correct. And that, to me, with what I said at the beginning, that could pose a problem later on. Right, I need to get up from here because all my hips. Okay guys, just make sure there's no black riders on my tail. But anyway, speaking of running, let's think about the running of another show, Game of Thrones. Everyone loved that at the start, and the reason for that is also, for the first 4 seasons, you had J.R.R. Martin, he's the author of the books. He was on board as an executive producer. Now once he left, the show kind of tanked, and everyone remembers kind of how it ended and how bad it was. That's kind of how I fear it could be if Tom Shippey, well, now that Tom Shippey has left, who is there to make sure that the law is accurate? And, you know, him leaving, it doesn't make him like a racist or anything like that. That's pretty extreme. All it really sounds like to me, as a fan, is that there's a different creative approach being held up by those at the top, and that's fine, but are they going to try and change and tweak the Legendarium, and is that why he left? And that is a cause for concern for someone like me. Right, well, I've got to get out of here just in case, because my quiet exposed. How the f am I going to hold this? But that's just it. I feel like bringing race into politics, this is fantasy. You know, this is not the real world. Why we bring real world things into this, I wish we didn't. You know, there's elves, there's dwarves, there's supercharged humans, there's gods, all kinds of things. And like, this is meant to be escapism. Let's not try and pin blame on other people. Let's not try and make it out to be something that it was never intended to be. And I think that's probably the main point that I have. It's not meant to be self-reflective of like modern day society's issues, trying to correct them or anything like that. So yeah, as I said like earlier on, let's not have like a broken home with elves or something like that, because we know that elves, once they're married, they're like forever, and they are forever because they're like immortal and stuff. Are there cows in the Shire? Doreen. So yeah, I want to make it clear that I'm going to be selfish here. I want them to make the series for someone like me. Don't do like Star Wars and kind of don't make it completely for Star Wars fans, because that's the slam dunk. Everyone wants something. All the Star Wars fans, you know, they wanted something for Star Wars fans. Lord of the Rings fans want something for Lord of the Rings fans. Don't mess it up by doing something in between and pleasing no one. So that's my takeaway. I mean, that being said, I mean, Star Wars, Mandalorian's all right, I suppose. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and leave a comment if you want to. I'm Gandalf. Good day.